Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I am Sapphire. Today is Thursday, August 12th. It's a little after 3 o'clock. Yep, a little after 3. I just been home maybe about 30 minutes or so. I'm going to prepare our dinner. I know you see by the title, cooking with Sapphire. So I'm going to be cooking our meal and I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to be making some meatloaf, also some smothered potatoes and some type of vegetable. I'm not sure yet. It's just a toss up between a few, but I'll surprise myself, okay? And then I'll show you too. But I'm going to get my aromatic vegetables together, also my spices and my herbs. I'm going to get everything chopped up. Once I do that, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be putting in my meatloaf. And then I'm going to show you how I prep my meatloaf. Everybody cook their meatloaf a little different. I got this from my mom and my grandmother. I do a little differently from my mother, but either way, everything else is just like she did. Okay, so if you want to see this video, stay tuned. If you like videos like these, give it a thumbs up. Okay, and Lord's willing, I will start incorporating some cooking videos on my channel. Not a lot, but maybe once out of every other month or so. Okay, so stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. So I have already prepped everything up, cut everything up, chopped everything up. I'm going to bring it closer so I can name everything that I put in my meatloaf. Okay, and I have my apron on that Emma sent me. Thank you, Emma. I truly appreciate it. Okay, thank you so much. And that's Emma from the Montgomery family. Okay, so yeah, so here's everything that I have. Okay, we have our egg, and that's just to keep everything moist and to combine everything together so it won't fall apart. So it helps to put an egg in there to keep everything moisturized and soft. This right here is basil. So I always use fresh herbs in my meatloaf. Okay, and this is oregano. All right, I also have fresh garlic right here. I have fresh garlic, red pepper, green pepper, and I also have onions. So all of this is going in my meatloaf. This, I'm just going to shred this right off the stem. Now I always use fresh herbs whenever I cook. I put them in my soups. I put them in my meatloaf. Also, I put them like when I make stews, casseroles, all of that stuff. You know, I don't use dry. I used to use dry herbs years ago, but as I got older, I started learning and knowing better. So I started doing that. These are my seasonings that I'm using. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's black pepper, accent, salt, and onion. I didn't want to put garlic powder because I have fresh garlic, and fresh garlic is indeed strong. And I also have mustard. Now my mother don't use regular mustard. She used Dijon mustard, and she also put a teaspoon of brown sugar in her mix. Now that's something I don't use. I don't use the Dijon mustard, and I don't add brown sugar to mine. Also, where are you? Oh, it's on the table. And I have some oatmeal. Now, my mother, what she does, she put the egg and the bread together, let it get real soft, and then mix it up together. Then she start adding and prepping her spices and all of that. I don't do that. I'm going to show you what I do. So I put everything in the bowl right along with the ground chuck. Okay. My husband likes ground chuck whenever I make meatloaf or meatballs, but for everything else I use ground turkey. So he just like ground chuck. So I'm going to get all of this ready, and then I'll show you once I get it into the bowl, and then I will be back. Okay. Okay, everybody, I'm back. So I got everything together, and with this, like the oregano, like I was showing you, all you have to do is just take it like this. If those of you who don't use it and you're interested in it, just pull it off and the leaves will come right off. If you want it a little drier, sometime I do whenever I make my like when I'm making soups or whatever, I don't put the whole stem in here. I'll wait till it get a little dry. I just set it up in a windowsill, leave it open, and then the next day it's just a little drier. The moisture has already gone out, and then I will place it into a plastic bag. Or when I'm making dressing, I also use fresh herbs. I don't put any dry herbs in there. Okay. All right. So that being said, I got everything together. This is how it look. I always wear a glove because my wedding ring, the meat and stuff just get all up in there. I have to take them off, let them wash it, and then let them soak for a little while. So I just wear a glove whenever I'm making, if I have to do something with my hands. So this is how everything looks. You see that? Everything is combined together. Now mama, she do it different. She put the egg in there and then her bread, you know, let it soak. And then after that, then she'll add everything else, but I put everything together. So that's a little bit different than what she does. So I'm going to start putting this together. All right. Prep time for this, I would say like maybe it takes me about 20 minutes because I cut up everything, you know, real fine. And it only take maybe an hour, 45, 50 minutes to cook. It don't take long to cook. Not really. Not like my meatloaf well done. There are some people like they like their steak or their hamburger. They like for it to be, you know, like half done. Anytime you cooking meat for me, make sure it's well done. I don't care what it is. My steaks, you know, my roast, my meatloaf, my hamburgers. You have to, that have to be well done. Okay, just got to make sure everything is come together. All these herbs and spices. I do use all spices well, but I ran out. I haven't made meatloaf at all this year. I've made meatloaf in the past several times, a lot of times last year and year before last, because my husband loved meatloaf, but I haven't made it at all this year. So I do use allspice. I do use that. So I just didn't have any more. So I have to get some more, just in case he wants some more meatloaf. Because he loves meatloaf. So, yeah. So, all right. This is all mixed together. Y'all see that? It's all mixed together. So, right now, I'm going to wash my hands, okay? And then, even this glove, because I'm going to take this glove off, because I want to do something else. I didn't want to have this hand clean and then touch this. So whenever you're having like meat, make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly. Touching meat or whatever, make sure that you're washing it thoroughly with them fingernails. Okay? All right. So now what I'm going to do is take my tomato paste, okay? And I do this different as well, okay? So I'm going to have my loaf pan, okay? And what's going to go in here, I don't put like ketchup or tomato sauce in my meat. I put it around the pan. And as the meat is cooking, then it'll form like a good savory. So I want to take my spoon. And I'm just gonna, I don't have much of this in here. Might as well use it all. Normally a tablespoon, I think this is like a tablespoon, okay? So I'm just gonna put it in here. And this is all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put it at the bottom. I'll show you once I get done. Put it all at the bottom. It's gonna be on the side. and on the bottom. Okay, and that'll be it. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get it off the doggone spoon. Holy, holy, holy. Okay. All right. Okay, and this is how that look. It look a little funky now, but watch. Once I cook this, it's gonna be on. Okay, so I'm gonna set all of my dishes down here. I got a little more in there to go, so I'll just wrap that up and put it together. So now I'm gonna form my meatloaf and then put it in this pan. Put the pan right there. Get my meatloaf together. Put it in there. And voila. Okay, this is how it looks. So I'm going to prep this in the oven. I have my oven set already for 375. This is going to rest and cook in there for approximately an hour, 45 minutes, or maybe 2 hours. Okay, and then after that, then I'll work on my potatoes. All right, so I'm going to let this go ahead and put it in the oven. Okay, and I'll see you guys back here once I'm done with the potatoes. I'll see you guys back here. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I have 3 large potatoes. These potatoes also came from Sam's Club. So I'm just going to peel them. Okay, I'm going to peel them and then I'm just going to slice them. Okay, because I'm making smothered potatoes. And what's in my skillet, a half a stick of butter and 1 teaspoon of oil so the butter won't burn. The oil helps to keep the butter from burning. So I'm going to get these cut up and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got the potatoes cut up. They're rinsed off. Now I'm about to put them in the skillet. I'm going to take you guys over there. Give me a minute. That way you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I got my butter in the pot. Once again, this is a half a stick of butter and a teaspoon of oil. This is canola oil, so you can use any oil of your choice. Sometimes I use olive oil, but I decided to do that. So I'm going to take my potatoes and then put them in here. I'm doing it like this because there's water in there. I didn't want the water to get into the potatoes because I had rinsed them off. So, I mean into the oil and butter because I had rinsed it off. So there's a little water in there. Okay, so I got my potatoes. So what I'm going to do now is use some onion and then green peppers. I'm not going to put the red peppers in here. So I'm going to do that once these get like maybe half done. Okay, and then I'll put that on there. Okay. Had to get my cover. It was over there on the sink. So I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to give it a good maybe 10 minutes or so the potatoes can get a little soft. And then once they're like half done, then I'll add my vegetables to this. Like I said, the onion and green pepper. And then I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. So I'm making my gravy right now. I make my gravy homemade, so I'm gonna make a roux for this, and that just requires some flour. Y'all hear anything? That's my grandson. So, and it may need a little bit more. I think that was like maybe a tablespoon. Okay, you'll see how this works. Okay, Granny, let Granny do this, okay? I'll be with you in a minute. Let me turn this up a little bit. Okay. I'll just add all of this. Okay. Now, this is going to get darker. the darker the gravy. Whatever you put your broth in here or water, whatever you're gonna cook, the darker it is, you know, and you stop it and put the water in, that's the color it's going to be. So I want mine just a little darkened because I am making meatloaf. And yeah, so this is going to brown in a minute. Okay, you need to be quiet. Okay, let me get him, and this is going to take a little while. Okay, and I'll be right back. See how brown it's getting? It's getting a little brown. So once it get a little bit darker, then I'm going to add my broth, and then that'll be it. Okay, got my gravy. I'm gonna let it simmer for a minute. And what's in here? Salt, pepper, accent, and a little poultry seasoning. That's it. Because I have, excuse me, because I already have onion and bell peppers in my potatoes. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Already have those in there, and then the meatloaf also have it. So I'm just gonna leave the gravy just plain. That's all. So I'm gonna let this steep for about a good 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna cut it off, and then I'm gonna work on my broccoli. And what goes in my broccoli? Salt, pepper, garlic powder. I cook with butter, and sometime I put red peppers in there. I might do that. I'll let you guys see. Okay, but I'm gonna let this simmer, and then I'll start on my broccoli. Okay, the broccoli is done. Cut the stove off. I'm going to move this and change eyes, and then let it just sit with the top off, because I don't want to steam it, because the steam will continue to cook the broccoli for a good 3 or 4 minutes. And I don't want, this is how I like my broccoli. It's still soft. This is how I like mine. See that? You don't cook all the nutrients out. You see that? To me, this is good. To me, it is. Everybody taste and cooking is different, okay? But this is how we eat ours. I don't want to cook all the nutrients out. Okay, I'll be back to plate everything up. Okay, I got my broccoli going. Just give it a little stir. This don't take long at all. I don't like my broccoli overcooked. You know, I see some people, like my girlfriend, she like her broccoli just, the color is just gone. I don't like that. Because you cook all the nutrients out. You really do. You might as well not eat it. That's my opinion. You might as well not eat it. So this is going to take a good maybe 4 minutes. Maybe 4 minutes. That's it. Maybe not even that. Because I like mine just a tad crunchy, but not crunchy where it's raw. But this is how we eat ours, okay? So you cook your broccoli the way you want to cook it. I don't. So I'm gonna let this steep for about a good 3-4 minutes, and then I will come back. So I'm gonna do some cleaning, and then I'll come back and plate it up so you guys can see. Okay, I'm done, guys. This is the finishing touch of our meal. So as you see, we got our broccoli, and we have our meatloaf. Now the meatloaf, I want you guys to really look at that. You see down here at the bottom, down there, that's where I put my tomato paste at. That's where I put that at. He dropped his spoon. Can you give him another one? My mom put like tomato sauce inside the meat when she mixed it up, and then once she said, I think like 15 minutes before it's done, then she'll add some on top. I don't like that. I just like it toward the bottom, and this is that look that you get right here. And here are the potatoes, and I put the gravy on top. All right, my water still froze, so yeah. So happy cooking, everyone. I hope and pray that you enjoyed this video. All right, and Lord's will, you will see me in the next one. Thank you. Bye. Okay, this is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around watching me cook. I know the video is extremely long, and I do apologize for that. But if you want to see more videos like this, just thumbs the video up or leave me some comments down here, and I will probably make some maybe every other month or so. But the next one that I do, because I am going to do it, that's my grandson. I am going to do it, but I'll just show you what I'm prepping, and then when it's done, I'll show this and I'll show that. But I'll know how to do it. Okay, so yeah. So thank you guys so much, and Lord's will, you will see me in the next video. Have a wonderful weekend, And I hope and pray that you are enjoying your dinner. Thank you. God bless you. Mwah. Have a good evening. Bye.